All right, let's get some more insight on this now from one of our guests in Naples, Italy. Pierluigi Paganini is a cybersecurity analyst and the CEO of Cybhorus, a firm specializing in cyber threat defense. He joins us, as I said, from Naples in Italy. Thanks very much for being with us. So based on what you know of these attacks and the attacks from the day before, which all involve devices of some kind, be they wireless, and in some cases perhaps here some of them may not have been wireless. How do you think an attack like this was carried out? How do you think something like this would have begun?
At this point, I believe it's quite sure that we are facing with a supply chain attacks that is part of a complex intelligence operation. Israeli agents intercepted the supply, introducing modification to the devices, including the explosive. But I also believe that the rule of insider within the organization is crucial, given the simultaneous explosion of the pager, for example. And we have also to consider that these devices has been used for months, but none had ever accidentally exploded. Don't forget, for example, that the pagers work via radio signals and are not connected to internet. This means that whoever activated them had access to the control center to send the messages that triggered the explosions.
Now, there was an argument that's been made in reference to the attacks of the day before, because these were all new sets of pages that were being distributed to Hezbollah members. At some point in the supply chain, this is what has been put forward, that the people who are behind this attack, and many believe that it is Israel, were able to acquire these devices and implant some sort of explosive material in there before they got to Hezbollah members. Does that sound plausible to you? Do you believe that that's what may have happened here?
Yeah, I believe this is the right way to demonstrate this operation. For sure, I believe that agents were able to intercept these devices during the supply, and in a phases of the supply chain, they accessed to the device, they introduced the explosion, and also probably they also introduced other specific components in order to make these devices more destructive during the attack. So this is my opinion.
Okay, so there's another theory that was put forward that it may have been the lithium batteries inside these devices that overheated and exploded. Presumably, you don't believe that's what happened here. Tell us why.
Okay, basically from a technical point of view, this is possible. But if we analyze the footage, the videos of the explosion, if you see the explosion of a lithium batteries is quite different from the explosion that we have seen in the videos. When you see an explosion of a lithium batteries, you see some smoke, a specific color of the flames that is not the same that we have observed during the recent explosion, the explosion that hit the Lebanon yesterday.
And the attacks that we've been hearing about today involved walkie-talkies, we understand. Many of them were walkie-talkies and radios of some kind. Yeah. What do you believe, again, based on what we know at this point, what do you believe may have happened there?
I believe that the attacks are targeting all the communication vector or means that allow Hezbollah agents to avoid the tracking. Okay, so they first used the pagers for this reason. Then they passed through the walkie-talkies, but with many difficulties for the communication. And basically every means that can be used for communication. I have no idea exactly in this moment which will be the next mean that will be used by Hezbollah members in the next days. But for sure, Israeli intelligence has a clear idea of which are all the communication options, and probably they have targeted the overall communication environments. They have targeted almost every devices that can be used for communication. They have conducted a long-running intelligence operation. They acquired intelligence regarding which are the means, which are the devices that the Hezbollah members are using, and they are specifically targeting the supply chains of these devices.
And how unprecedented are these attacks to you? I mean, as someone who has studied this kind of thing, is there a frame of reference here for you? Can you compare this with anything that you've seen before?
No, sincerely speaking, this is something that is very, very extraordinary. I believe that is a very important human operation. This is an operation of human intelligence. So I don't speak, I prefer don't refer it like a cyber attack. It's a very, very smart, intelligent operation, but I don't remember something that is quite similar. This is a very extraordinary operation. For this reason, I believe that in order to arrange such kind of operation, you need a lot of intelligence and a long running operation with also undercover agents that have infiltrated the Hezbollah environments for months, for years.
Appreciate your insight into this, Pierluigi Paganini, joining us from Cybhorus, CEO, joining us from Naples in Italy. Thanks very much for your time.